This is the outside of the Elddis Majestic 135. As we move along, we will firstly come to the external shower hose point. To use this, firstly remove the dust cover by just pushing the blue collar towards the motorhome, and it will then release. And then as long as the water is turned on inside, as soon as you plug it in, it will automatically go under pressure. To remove, again just push the blue collar in and it will then pop back out, and then just replace with the dust cover again. Next we have fresh water tank fill. So just pop your hose pipe in here to fill up the fresh water tank. As you can see, it can be locked. And to drain down the fresh water tank, it's just done at this point here. Beside this we have the flue for the space heater. We do not need to do anything with this, but just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then just on from that we have the grey water drain. So anything that goes down the plug holes goes into the holding tank and then is drained off here. Above that we have the cassette toilet. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the orange lever and pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring it away, to hold the button in here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. By turning this part here, it gains access inside the cassette for easy cleaning. If you do need to actually gain full access inside, this whole section here can be removed. You'll see at the moment that this little triangle is pointing to the locked point. If you twist this whole section round to here, it can then be removed. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with extendable handles. Spare wheel just here, and it winds down from this point just here. So in the jack and wheel brace kit there's a bar that locates where my finger is. Attach the brace to it and then wind it down. Flue for the boiler just here. Again, like the space heater, we don't need to do anything with it, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. As we come round to the rear, we have the rear view camera, and then we have access into the motorhome from the rear. As we now come round to the other side, we have the leisure battery just here, and then we have the mains hookup point just here. Both vents for the Dometic fridge. As this is a fully winterized motorhome, it is supplied with winter covers. You'll see that I've already just popped the top one on just there. When installing these, start from the top, hook it in, and then push down, and then with a flat-headed screwdriver just turn both clips to lock it into place. And now the fridge will just vent from both lower points, holding the heat in the winter time. Do make sure that these are removed for the warmer months, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat. Bbq point just here. So you'll actually see at the moment that the Bbq adapter is still attached on a cable tie. So remove this and then pop the hose over this rib section here and secure it with a Jubilee clip. To use it, this end here inserts where my finger is and then will allow you to turn the gas on. To remove it, push on the collar and it will then release. Gas locker just here. So there is room in here for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. We then have the Dometic roll-out canopy just here. To roll the canopy out, take the winding handle and pop it in just to here, and then begin to wind it out. As you can see, I've now wound the awning out a short distance. I always do this first and then drop the legs for support. That way you're not putting too much stress on the side of the motorhome. The legs themselves are sprung loaded, so just literally push in here and you'll now see that the leg can now drop down. All we now do is slide it along until it reaches the end and then all lock into place. All we now do is just lift up here, and then there is a lever just in this bit here that just needs to pop out, and then we can then drop the leg. As you can see, the lever folds out. Then drop the leg to the ground, get the awning at the desired height, and then just snap down to lock it into place. Then do the same again with the other leg. And again, drop down and then just slide along right the way to the end, lock it back into place. Again, lift up and then pull the lever out and then drop, and again lock it into place. And now we're supported, we can continue to wind the awning out, walking the legs out. The awning will come out about 2.5 meters in total, so these arms will virtually go straight. Never leave the awning out in high winds, or otherwise you do run the risk of it being flipped over the top of the motorhome. To pop the legs away, just literally just snap up like so, and then just literally just pop it back up. And then you need to unclip just here and then just slide it back along again, and then just clip it back up. And then once the legs are away, wind the awning back in. Diesel fill just here. The cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then we have AdBlue top up beneath. It will let you know on the dashboard when your AdBlue needs topping up. Tyre pressures just here, and then we have heated seats both on the passenger and drivers. Jack and wheel brace kit just here. Vehicle battery underneath the floor of the cab, and then we have bonnet release just here. The motorhome is alarmed, and if I now lock it, we will get a single chirp letting us know that the motorhome is locked and the alarm is armed. If I now unlock it, we will get a double chirp letting us know that the alarm is disarmed and the motorhome is unlocked. What we can also do is put it into what is known as pet friendly mode, which will disarm the internal sensors but leave the external sensors active. All we need to do is just press the lock button twice. We will get a high-pitched chirp letting us know that we've put it into pet friendly mode. If I now unlock it again and I leave the door on ajar, when we go to lock it, we will get a series of high beep chirps letting us know that something has not been closed correctly.